Okay, we're back.
We are.
Right, where are we going this time?
Well, we've got an interesting choice of country for this episode. We're heading to a place called Georgia, which is nestled between Russia, Turkey, Azerbaijan and Armenia.
Bloody hell. Talk about random. Why the hell are we going there? We've gone all of the big countries and then you just throw that one in there.
So the choice for Georgia is actually a really interesting story, but I'm not going to tell you about it because that's something that Lily's going to expand on later.
All will be revealed.
It will.
God. I've never even heard of the country Georgia until about 2011, I think, which is when Trump decided to build a tower there. But for 250 million, I expected something a little bit bigger.
But anyway, our menu today is satsivi, which is chicken and walnut sauce, and it can be served hot, cold, or room temperature. But the significance of that is Georgians put walnuts in everything, and it's a walnut sauce. They make thick sauce, thin sauce, all kinds of stuff, and you'll see it twice. I'm going to put it on eggplant with pomegranate. And then the chicken will be poached in the satsivi sauce. And then we are having kinkali. We're having two kinds. The traditional, which is beef and pork with spices and onion and herbs, typically cilantro or coriander. Their main herb typically is marigold leaves. But every family will have their own blend. Typical families now just buy it from the market. So we're having kinkali with the traditional beef and pork, and then we're having the vegetarian version of cheese and potato kinkali. And then we are also having everybody's favorite khachapuri, which is probably the most caloric dense thing you are ever going to eat in your life. Woo! That was Andrew screaming in the background. And there's several types. But I have picked the, and I'll say this wrong, Adrulian, which is a boat-shaped khachapuri. And it's obviously laden with very salty cheese, typically salguni, but none of us can get that, so I've mixed it up a little bit. I used feta and fresh mozzarella and a little bit of Monterey Jack. And then it's topped with an egg and butter. And it's all melted, so it's good. And then I've done a side, I forgot of some pickled green beans, because another traditional thing, they typically almost have every meal with some type of beans. They call it lobio, and whether it's cooked baked beans or pickled green beans or something. But so I did that as a little side tonight because I had them. But that's our menu.
Always worries me when we've got a picture to go by. Based on what your outcomes usually are, there's nothing like that, but anyway.
Sorry about that. So the kinkali, we're going to do some preparation today, so I'm going to make those and set those aside before the dinner. So making the dough to go around the meat content and blah-de-blah. All right, step one is to make the dough. So I've got some flour and some salt in there, and I'm going to add some egg and some water to make up the dough. And then I need a 3-inch circle so I can then roll out. So I'm going to use that. supposed to just put enough water in until it looks like a shaggy mess.
Oh, yep. Your specialty.
Here's our dough. Here with a little bit of olive oil. Let it rest for 15 minutes while we do the filling. And then we can roll it out. So I'm going to pop that aside. Okay, time to make the filling. So I've got some pork that I've minced up already. On the other side for that, I've substituted the beef for shrimp, and I've added...
Oh, that's pungent.
Yeah,
What's in there?
Mushrooms, garlic, coriander, some onion. So I'm going to throw all of that together, mix it all up, put a few herbs and spices in there, then that is our filling.
Bang.
Bang! So I can then make all the dumplings. I'm going to give all of that a mix, so it's going to form...
So we're not doing separate pork ones and shrimp ones, it's all in together.
That's right.
Well, I suppose if you're going to get salmonella, pork and shrimp are the go-to ones, aren't they?
No, we're going to have a bunch of lovely flavours. A little bit of this.
Do you know what that is? You're supposed to be telling the audience what you're putting in.
All right, going to mix all of that up, and the alarm's gone off for my dough, so I'm going to roll those out too. I've just added some butter in there because I've used lean meat, so they said that in order to get some more flavour in there, that and a bit of water, so that should help make a flavourful broth for us. I've actually combined two recipes here. I took the nicest bits out of both recipes.
You know that doesn't always work, like in baking. You've got to add the ingredients that
Look
are
at
listed.
that though. How good does that look? Start on the dough, I think. Lili has told us that our challenge for this one is to fit 20 pleats in each dumpling. Apparently that's Georgian tradition. Oh, look at that. Roll it out initially, get 20. Oh.
Anyone taking bets? You're getting 20 out of that?
Yeah, it doesn't look like a lot, does it? God, there's no way I'm going to get 20 out of that, is there?
Nope.
Okay, so the first pass is supposed to be 3 millimetres, which I think that is about. So I'm supposed to get 20 out of this, and then I've got to roll each individual one to another 12 centimetres, so a little bit bigger than what this glass is.
Can we have 19 or 18?
Actually, I have to say, when I looked at the quantity, because I added the two recipes together, the quantity may not be quite right, so we may have quite a lot of leftover on that one, which is good because I can freeze it and make us another batch, because I know you're going to love it.
I'm actually not as fearful now of your cooking.
I should get a cookie cutter, shouldn't I?
Yeah, maybe you should. I think we should just use the glass for seances and drink. For the record, in order so that the Mexican weather doesn't get blamed again, I've got the air conditioning on. No excuse. Wow, who would have thunk? You've got more than 20.
I know. Whilst I've had a bit of practice with the Japanese ones now, it's actually a different dumpling fold.
You got 21 attempts to get it right.
Roll this out to about 10 to 12 centimetres. I've got my trusty little tape measure. It's seen better days actually.
To be fair, that measure did come out of a Christmas cracker, so it's done quite well. Wow, you are going to have some leftover mixture. Holy crap.
14, oh not even close, 15, 16. And then I've got to try and squeeze that knot together.
That's not a bad effort though.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm rather happy with that one. 18, oh, 19. Can she fit one more plate? Yes! Oh, what's happened down here?
Nope.
Oh, that looks more like it.
Yeah.
Hey! So apparently you don't eat the top.
You don't eat the top.
No, because it can get quite doughy. So,
what, like that little hand grenades?
yeah, well, what I read
just-
was that you put them down on the side of the plate and then you can count how many you've eaten.
Production's going well, Nudge.
Yep.
Got to be happy with them, haven't you?
Absolutely. I pop them into the freezer just to sort of freeze until I can pop them into a bag.
Looks like prep's well underway.
It is. So today we're going to make...
What are we doing over here? Sticking your fingers in milk.
So this is milk and water to mix into the dough. So it's supposed to be slightly warm. I think I've probably overcooked that. So I'm just going to let it sit there for a little bit before I add it. Pour all that in. And then slosh around with my hand. So that looks to be all combined. So I'm going to throw that on there.
Literally.
And now knead it for a while and hopefully it all comes together into a nice, soft, glossy dough. Always get a good workout doing this.
Got a good technique these days.
Getting a lot of practice with all these recipes.
I'm trying to find positives in your cooking.
Kneading technique for wet dough. So, from the internet. That should be enough, and now I need to add a tablespoon of olive oil. So it says a tablespoon.
You want to catch your breath?
That's a bit of a workout. So what I'm going to do is pop it in here for an hour, let it rise. Time has just gone off for the bread, so it's supposed to have doubled in size. It's been just over an hour. Oh,
Jeez.
oh, look at that. So what I'm going to do is push the air out of it and then throw it in for another half an hour. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks great. Can't remember why you push the air out of it and then let it rise again, but I'm going with what I'm supposed to do.
Unusual for you to stick to a plan.
Yeah, I think that's going to be good. All right. So the other dish that we're doing today is the satsiki over chicken. So the satsiki is actually the sauce, so this is what it should look like. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any pomegranates to sit on top, but this is what I've prepared earlier. Some chicken with some mushroom and capsicum. And
Bowl of yummy goodness.
yeah, and then we'll pour the sauce over the top. That's about 250 grams of walnuts and lots and lots of garlic in there. So I'm going to give that a blitz and then put some herbs and spices in there and lots of stuff. So we've got cloves, I need to grind those up. I've got cinnamon, I've got cilantro, I've got paprika. This is in place of marigold leaves, so thyme, salt and pepper, and I've also got some fresh chili that I've chopped up over there ready to go. So all of that I've put into there. I just need to bash that up and get that into a ground powder format, and then that's all my spices ready.
It's your tool of choice
I know,
these days.
I like.
Oh. Yeah, that should do, shouldn't it?
Look at that. All spices in. Now time to blitz this up and then give it a fry. Ooh,
Done.
looks good, doesn't it? Smells good, doesn't it?
Mm.
Okay, so we've got the onions that have been cooking for a while. We're now going to add the walnut and
Garlic
mix. Cook that for a few minutes, and then we're going to blitz it all, put it back, and add all the herbs and spices. It's going to taste good. I know that.
So arrogance again,
I
which
know.
has bit you on the arse more than once.
I know that's a big call, but I'm quietly confident on this one.
Not much movement going on.
No, it's going to be a coarse paste.
Is this another one of your Mattel toy kitchen appliances?
I can't remember the brand, but it should be alright.
I think we need to try and get a few more than 14 subscribers, and then we might get some sponsorship deals.
For some decent equipment. It's probably a coarse paste, isn't it?
If it was peanut butter, it would be crunchy.
Yeah, I think that's alright. Okay, paste going back in. Then we add all of the spices that we went through earlier and some chicken stock to make a nice sauce. Doesn't look appetizing like that. I'm sure it's going to taste delicious.
Right. That's what we're drinking tonight. We're no beer this time. We're keeping with the theme of Georgia. who are the inventors of wine some 8,000 years ago.
Yeah.
8,000 years ago. That's hard to get your head around, isn't it,
It
really?
is, yeah. I like the fact that you've actually got 2 bottles out for us to enjoy.
Yeah, one
today.
each. We're only children, remember? We don't share anything.
That's true. That's very true.
And so it begins.
We're nearly ready.
Cheers.
Cheers to Georgia.
To Georgia, wherever it is.
Another successful cooking adventure, I hope.
You guys.
Here we are.
Yay!
Hey, how you going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I don't have to yell, I'm right here.
Oh, what toy have you got now?
Don't tell him.
What is it?
I've had it, it's what we use all the time. It's my little work speaker. It's a little Bluetooth.
Stop. You've got enough gadgets.
It connects with Bluetooth, so whenever we do the Zoom thing on the iPad, I just connect it so we can be way over here talking and the iPad can be way over there.
You don't need any more gadgets.
Hey,
Cheers.
cheers!
Georgian amber wine.
Georgian.
Oh,
Hard to find. I had to have it shipped from a supplier out of DC.
oh wow.
Wow.
We have some that we've saved from our trip. Well, I think some of it's from our trip. Some of it we replaced because we had a little explosion in Arizona. So I'm not sure how good it's going to be, but I shipped some in fresh for this.
Oh,
Ah,
how
very
good.
nice.
And it's
Golden amber.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Did a little bit of looking and see where we're actually going, and yeah, they apparently invented the stuff 8,000
They did.
years ago.
Well, the Bavarii are probably 6 to 8 feet around. That's what they bury to ferment the wine. The Georgians are very hospitable, and so typically they lay out, we would call it a feast, and they lay out all kinds of appetizers and mains and desserts, and they lay it all out at once, and then they spend the next 2 hours drinking and toasting.
Yeah.
They have what they call a tamada, who is the toastmaster, and they eat and drink for the next 2 to 3 hours. The men folk drink out of a wine horn, and it's hollowed out goat horn, and they fill it up, and if they fill it, you are expected to drink the entire thing in one shot, and that's the Georgian wine horn.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, I like the idea because you can't put it down. You have to drink it.
We are going to Georgia tonight because our middle daughter was born there.
Oh, wow.
She was born on Christmas Day, and we found out about her just a couple days later. And I was going to jump in the ocean because we were in St. John and just swim there. But I had to wait 3 months until, oddly enough, March 15th, which turned out to be my 40th birthday. So we celebrate me getting her every year on my birthday. Which she was the
Excellent.
best birthday present ever.
Oh,
Oh, fantastic.
that's awesome.
And was that?
So hungry. We did stand up, fall down paddleboarding this morning, and we haven't eaten since. So we're in pretty good shape to eat any of Naja's cooking.
Hey. I'll start frying that up with all those herbs that I got earlier. Oh, look at all those. Look at that. Look how many herbs are in there.
I know.
That's crazy.
One of them's a bounce water. I don't know what's going on here, but looks like we're going to be weighing some cocaine later.
It's for the bread because it's actually going to make 4
Oh, okay.
khachapuri. So I'm going to weigh it out, cut it into 4 equal parts, and then I'm going to put 2 on today and freeze the other 2. So, Lily, can I have a quick look at your boat? Oh, so you've got the egg on there already and the cheese. Don't you have to cook it first?
I did. What I found is, depending on how hot your oven is, you want the egg to stay runny. Sometimes you add it later.
Ah, okay. So I've just formed my boat, but did you cook the bread first before you did the cheese? Oh, so you just built the whole lot and threw it in. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
All right, we're going for it then. We're going to shove it all in the oven. So there's my boat shape.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
And you have butter to add to it, right?
Yes. As if it needs any more. That looks like a boat.
Yeah, I reckon that'd float.
Yeah. So
Actually, that's more of a catamaran.
I'm going to fill that up with cheese.
Yeah. Go for it.
So this is 3 different cheeses. So I've got mozzarella, feta, and then a cheddar.
Add salt is my biggest.
Add salt.
It's supposed to be very salty.
Did you sort of form a little hole in there to put your egg in?
I did.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Creating my little hole. Oh, there's a lot of cheese in there. I still haven't used half of it. Right, first egg going in. Oh, shit. Oh, maybe I need to spread it out a bit. I need a wider boat.
Yeah, you need a wider boat.
My egg ran over the edge.
Alright, I'm picking
This one?
my
Yeah.
CV out.
Oh, are you? Hang on, I've still got to put my
Every time we're
Oh
behind.
man, I tried to get so much prepared in advance today, thinking that I'd be ahead of the game, and I'm not, as usual.
You're not there, Nudge.
I've got a bit of spillage.
That's perfect. I always do that. No problem.
I've just realised that Lily had said that the most important bit was adding some butter, because you can't possibly have enough butter, and I forgot to do it. Pull at it.
Part way through the baking process. Where have I seen this before?
Oh, shush.
Carrot cake. Carrot cake, where you didn't use the
So
sugar.
I'm just going to chuck that. I don't know
Right.
how much. Forgot to look. Oh.
I know what we need in the kitchen, a defibrillator.
Oh, there we go. Oh gosh, yeah. All right, let me throw that back in.
Heart attack.
Waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that looks
That
alright.
looks all right, doesn't it?
Yep.
So I might give that a couple more minutes. I'm going to pop all of that in there. I'm going to dish that up with the bread and the salad. And I'm just about to put the dumplings in, so they need to cook for about 10 to 12 minutes. So we're now cooking the dumplings. I'm going to put 4 dumplings in for us, and then apparently when they turn upside down with the bums up, they're ready.
We're only having 4.
Oh, well, you've got a great big boat of cheese bread.
Yeah, I know, but that might not work.
Yeah, it won't work. Oh, there we go. And then all being well, the inside should make a soupy concoction. So one is we've still got
We've got 5 dead and 1 doing what it's supposed to. What else is going on?
right. We've got the satsuvi sauce, and I've put all of the chicken and mushrooms and that in there.
Warming the tzatziki. Now you can do it warm or room temperature or whatever. I'm probably going to do room temperature warmish. That's why I'm doing it first. Put the poaching liquid in. I sauteed the chicken yesterday and then poached it in water with herbs. I saved the poaching liquid, and now I'm heating it slightly in the poaching liquid.
Ooh,
All right, so here's how we serve. And then you stir. You break the egg yolk up.
I put the butter in already in the oven.
Oh, you do the butter after.
It'll still be
It'll still be fine. You do the butter when it comes out, which is fine. Either way will work. And then stir the egg yolk around. There you go. One of my egg yolks is
Nanny.
He likes Georgian food.
Nanny.
Nani.
I hear you're a little bit sad you're not able to join the Georgian dinner feast.
I have serious FOMO that I'm not eating it.
Perhaps if you were trying mine, you wouldn't have such FOMO.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Georgian food is just bread and butter and meat, so it'll taste good.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I finished
Oh, what
the
we got?
salad.
Oh, yeah. Salad.
What do you mean?
Poor thing.
It's only a very basic salad, but
Less to throw out.
what do you mean? Didn't quite get there with the yolk on that one. I did that one too much, but that one got mixed in all right.
Yep,
bit
looks
more.
alright.
Good health, good life, all kinds of
Yeah.
happy God, whatever.
All of that.
Absolutely.
Here's the deal with these: you eat them by the top knot,
Mm-hmm.
and you take a bite out of
the bottom part, and
Yeah.
then you save the top knot to count how many kinkali you have eaten.
Right.
I think it's supposed to have juice in there, I think. Have you got any?
There is.
I've got a couple of dribbles. These are good, Nudge.
We had to fly through Moscow to get there.
Right. Oh, right. That's definitely Moscow.
Yeah, so that's Red Square.
Oh, so your parents went with you?
Yeah, my parents went with us.
Oh, how exciting.
Right.
That's one of the most iconic pictures.
Yeah, it's one of the most iconic statues in town. But you know, all these old churches. I mean, it's a beautiful country. It's just so worn down, or it was 18 years ago. So that's us. We had just arrived at the apartment.
And we're waiting on Sophia.
Hey, what's that thing on top of your head, Lindsay?
Yeah.
You're mean.
No,
Oh, wow.
There she is.
that was the moment.
And the woman in black is was her foster mother, who actually was a pediatrician. The woman on the far left is one of the coordinators in the country for the adoption service, and she lives in California now. She's been translated between Sophia and her birth mother in Georgia. There's one of our first traditional dinners. We had and that's Rusico. She was our cook. There's my dad with the wine horn Rusico had for us.
That was a big one.
He looks pretty happy.
Rusico didn't speak a lick of English. She came every day.
But she taught me how to cook.
That's the apartment we stayed in. That's the view out our apartment.
Oh, yeah. Concrete jungle. I am just looking at some of the images online of Georgia. I want to go there. I reckon it'd be a cool place.
Anything.
They have a McDonald's there.
When we were travelling through Europe, we used to lovingly call McToilet because it was the only public toilet you could get.
So this was our trip to the orphanage.
Sophia was never there, but we did a philanthropic trip there.
Yeah. We took donations of like candy and
Diapers.
diapers
Nice.
and some other stuff with us and donated it to the orphanage. So this is the kids that don't go into that birth mother program. All these like ancient churches that you can see in the background and everything are all there.
Everywhere through Europe, yeah, there's churches. They're the only buildings that are actually complete.
Yeah, it's incredible. I was the guy running the little Ferris wheel at the zoo. He was yelling out "Viva Americana."
Yeah.
The last night that we were there, that we took everybody out to dinner at one of the most traditional Georgian restaurants. And I was the guy that let my dad help him grill the kebabs.
I'm a big fan of the Georgian food. It's delicious.
This turned out really good.
Khachapuri is the big
Oh,
thing
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That walnut, is it tzatziki sauce over the chicken is delicious too. And it's not an overpowering flavour of walnuts either, like with all the other herbs
No.
and spices in there.
And I hate to say it, walnuts are pretty rich. It's a
Really good. Well done, honey. It's always a difficult birth, but you got
tell them
there.
about that.
It's been a long time that we've been on these where your wife hasn't cooked a good meal, Neil. So
I know.
I think possibly she might actually be considered a cook.
I think she's had a light bulb moment at some point during these last 7 episodes.
Nanny. Nanny. Nanny.